Sorry, the video cut out, so this is gonna be a two-parter. I was talking about this mirror here, and basically what I ended up doing was I just basically drilled a hole up here. Let me get my lighter again so I can show you where it's. You see where it's bolted in? Not really much explaining there, but I had to drill a hole through that. Find the right bolt, nut. I put a lock nut or a lock washer on there and a regular washer, and I can still move it around. It turns, and I tightened this arm up as much as I can, and I don't have my hat with me, but I can put my hat right there, and it should stay there and when I'm moving, whenever I'm working. So that's pretty cool. But I sit here and I can see what I'm working with, what I'm working on. See the project behind me. I can tilt this up, and it's showing more on the camera of the mirror, but this light is more like over here than right there, for me anyways. But that thing that's hanging on the ROPS there, that's for the battery. I didn't want to lose that, so I put that there. And yeah, this is going to work out great for seeing what I'm doing behind me and what's going on behind me. You guys seen, I don't know if you guys seen that. I hope you did when it got it in shot of the camera earlier. That is going to go onto the side of the loader on this side of the tractor because I want it there. Because that's going to be the side that I get on and off at. So that's where that's going to go. And then I also have to hard mount this again. But I think I explained this in the last one. But what I got to do here is cut some off of this side here on this piece of angle iron. And then I have to take this off so that I can drill a couple holes through this and this to bolt this in. And then once that's bolted on there, oh, and I got to drill a couple holes through the fender as well, so that's going to be fun. But once I get those drilled and this drilled, that will be hard mounted and it won't go anywhere. This will be I have a big jug that is bigger than that 1 liter bottle there, and it might, but it should go here. My other cup goes in this one, and this one was on this white PVC. That one came with the tractor when we got it. So it's a nice little working area, and I'm getting it pretty much set up for doing what I need to do. That one, I'll show you what's in it right now, but this one's more for the self-explanatory stuff. And this is gonna be hot when I'm doing this stuff, but it's gonna be fun. You can see basically everything that's in there. I got a couple of these, and a screwdriver, and some pins. Some of these. I gotta get a bunch more of these. But that's basically what that's gonna hold. And then that should be it. Oh, the only other 2 upgrades that I want to do, or the only other few upgrades that I want to do, is lights. I'm going to put 1x2 pods. So when you look at these ones, these are 2x6 or 2x3s. Sorry, so it's 2x3. So basically the 1x2s are just these 2 lights in horizontal form like this. So it'll be just these 2 here. And I'm going to put those on the fenders. And I'm also going to put those back here as well. I haven't decided where they're going to go. Maybe they'll go on the ROPS. The ROPS is the rollover protection. It's this green bar that comes over here. But put in a way to where they're facing back here. That way I can see what's going on if I'm doing anything at nighttime. And then that should be it for setting this up. At least getting it running. I I'm gonna have to have my dad help me with rebuilding the loader, which is what I showed you in the last video. Because I'm assuming I ran out of time on that video. It was up to like 27 minutes long. But that is fine. That is a-okay by me. But I'm sorry I haven't showed you too much of this. But this will be, turn this off. This will be the next project that I work on. Because we have to get this going, because not only do I need this, but my dad needs this as well. So we got to get this going as soon as possible. Because once we get this going, crap. There's a bucket under that bucket for the backhoe, for this actual backhoe piece. We got to figure out how to get this off and then put that one on. So I might have my dad come out and torch these. That you can, it's kind of hard to see them, but there's bolts right here and they're stuck. We got to torch those out. That way we can smack those pins out of there that hook onto this bucket here. We do that, we'll be able to put those back in with new bolts, and we'll lube those pins up, as we'll clean those pins up and lube those up as well. That way we can, it'll be a lot easier for us to switch out buckets if we ever need to again. But that is the project. And then whenever it rains again, I have to got to get that tire aired up. I got to get this thing going, put it in first gear, and then reblade the driveway. I say first gear because second gear was a little too fast for me. I want a little more controlled. So but if we can get that little tractor going, the little 750, I can take that as slow as I need to go, because I know because I've sat on that tractor a lot and, you know, ran through all the gearing and stuff a lot, because I just really like that little tractor. So that one will be a lot easier for me to run. This one's a little more stiff and it doesn't show what gear you're in, because this has a long shift pipe on it, and I've only driven it within whatever gear that my dad has put it in. So I don't know the pattern on that. But that's fine. If we can get that little one going, it will also allow me to be able to be more precise. And I'll show you what I'm talking about, because the last time I bladed, I ran into an issue where that blade is way too long. Like, that blade is just about the whole size of this driveway. And it doesn't look it on camera. But see, that's one side of the driveway. The other side is over there. And that's maybe 15 or 20 feet. It doesn't look it, but so that's 10 paces. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at is having that big blade on the back of that 656 there. I can't be precise with this. So basically what I need to do is I need to level out this side of the driveway right here, because this is the high side of the driveway and this is the low side of that driveway. So if I can get that little tractor going, I can angle that blade to where all that material starts. I can start pulling that material over this way. But I have to get that tractor going, because that can run that small blade without it being too derpy or, you know, you know, more or less really annoying. And you can see here, and it's kind of hard to show on camera, but it's stuff like this, and this is already all rutted up again, so need that little tractor going so I can actually maintain this a lot easier without having as many problems. I think having a tractor that I can run or know how to run a lot easier than that big one. Even if it takes longer, I'm fine with that, because at the end of the day, it will end up looking a lot nicer if I take my time with it versus trying to do it in a hurry. So that is my goal. And like I said, you can't really see it on camera. It doesn't look that steep. But when you're coming up it in my dad's car, which is that blue one there, right about when you're coming in line with the grass, with the middle of the cars, and then grass spots, when you get right about here, or maybe even here, just in this area in general, the wheels on this side, or the wheel on this side, will spin. It'll lose traction if you're going up it kind of slow. And sometimes you have to, because you don't want things flying all over the place. Because if you come up it too quick, they will fly all over the place. So, yeah. And you can kind of see it in the video, but right here in front of my fingers, there's a high spot right there. So if all of that stuff can get pulled over here, and all of this can get pulled over to this side more, that should level it out. And it's literally on just this upper part here. The bottom part isn't that bad. It's just this part here. From, I don't know, about to that light pole across, all the way down to, I'd say, about where that big tree is and across. Really needs a lot of work put into it with that little tractor. But but yeah, like I said, once I get this going, I got to use this to get rid of them trees. Pull out that plow and bring it up here. And it's not just that one area in the last video I showed you. I'll go back over to this other spot and I'll show you the other ones. Stand by. So, now that I'm back, right here, nothing's really going to change too much. I'm going to have a little gun range right here. The entryway for it will be on the side of this field. So I'll have to get a way cut in through those trees down there. But none of those trees too much are going to go. There's 3 right there that are going to come out. 1 back in there, small little shrub. That's going to go. Then I'll stand back by that little taller one there and shoot at this berm. This one will stay. That whole line right here will go. I'll walk down through here. I gotta come through with the mower and finish mowing all of this. These will go here, so I can get and I'll trim this up. That way I can get as close to this as I can. And I might actually even take some of these smaller ones out too, because they're not too big. I can take some of them smaller ones out. I could probably even dig that one out too. And I might, and what I could do is I could fill this in up here, kind of at the bottom here, to make this more of a gradual slope. That way, when I go to pull the plow or a tiller or whatever over top of it, it'll pull a lot easier. And then, so this little one's gonna go. This thistle tree is gonna go. Basically, all of this section here is gonna go. These little ones here are gonna go. These little ones here are gonna go. We'll come over here and take out that one, and these ones, and that one, and those behind this one here. So we'll take out this one, these, take those out, take that little one out, take these little ones out. We'll leave that. We'll take that little one out there. We'll take that little one out there. Take that little one out. And then we'll come back here and then take that little one out right there. And that'll open up this whole area after we pull this out of here. This will open up this whole area after I get all this worked down and worked and turned and plowed and disked or tilled or whatever, to get like this whole area all the way down to here, all tilled up, plowed up. And the way when I go to plow this, what I'll probably end up doing is I'll start at the top of the hill and kind of work my way down, if I have that right. And it'll go all the way down this way because I want it to be one straight shot. And all that's going to be corn. And we might have to take some of those out down there, the smaller ones down there, to get it more straight. But it should be. And it's going to go all, as far down to that tree line there as I can, because I don't want to take any of those out. Basically, what we're going to have to do is come in with a bush hog all this what we can, and then come in with that big wide area mower, mow all of this, and then take the backhoe, clear out all of this stuff. And I'll use that dirt and I'll mix it in with some soil or with some manure, and then I'll put that in the areas that I need to be leveled out. So we'll take all this top stuff off, some of this top stuff from this thicker stuff out, because I don't want any chance of any shrubbery, anything that could be like a thick tree like these are going to grow up into be a thick tree. I mean, you can already tell, which is why we're going to take that top layer off. Which is why I want to take that top layer off, because if you leave those, it's going to be a mess, and I don't want to deal with that, and I don't want that in my crop. So that is my plan. And ideally, if I can do it to where we just take one area and we can back the truck in or the trailer in or however we do it, because all of this is going to be picked by hand. I don't want any green in my corn, and the easiest way that I know that that's going to happen is to pick it all by hand. So that's going to be fun. It's going to take a long freaking time, but it's going to be worth it. But if you like this plan, if you like what I got going on here, feel free to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any tips or anything of that nature that will help me, or even anything that you as a farmer or anybody else may know that will help me out on my little quest, my little side hobby of getting all this stuff taken care of. Until the next one, we'll see you guys later. Peace.